Hi, everyone. Well, as we are approaching St. Patrick's Day on Monday, I've been reviewing some Irish whiskeys the past few days. The last two I reviewed were Total Wine samples, and I had never heard of either one of them. One was not so good, one was better. And this is the last of the Total Wine samples of the Irish whiskey that I got. Love these samples. It's a great way to try something new and see if you want to purchase a new bottle or not, but this is great for a couple of dollars. This one I have heard of, and I've seen it on shelves all over the place. This is Proper 12 Irish whiskey, aged 4 years in bourbon barrels. So these are barrels that formerly aged bourbon. As I said in other videos, the one thing I don't know, I'm assuming these are first fill, meaning that they were just used one time before to age bourbon. But, for all I know, they could be, second fill where they aged bourbon this past time and then aged something else before that. Obviously, the more you use barrels, the less influence those barrels are going to have on the spirit. That's something different than, bourbon, which the requirement is new charred oak barrels, never used before. But in any event, it's aged 4 years in bourbon barrels, triple distilled, as are most Irish whiskeys, are. But what makes this notable is this was founded by MMA fighter Conor McGregor and named after his childhood neighborhood, Crumlin, Dublin 12. That's where the 12 comes from in the Proper 12. However, from what I understand, since 2021, Proximo Spirits has owned it. They acquired it in 2021 from Conor McGregor. And basically, it's a blend of fine grain and single malt. And the nice part is that a portion of the sales goes to first responders globally. Let's get this in a glass. And also, as we've done with the other two, I'm going to try this, taste it, review it, and then I'm going to compare it against. I'm using this as my, the base one to compare it against. My Jameson Black Barrel. I love this. It's one of my favorite Irish whiskeys. Yes, the Redbreast 12 I did try. It was really, really good. But this is the one I generally have around. Love this Black Barrel so much better than the regular Jameson. So we'll compare it to that afterwards. Let's get this in a glass and we'll get started. Okay, so we have this Proper 12 Irish whiskey poured up. Light color. All these Irish whiskeys have been generally light. The first one, the McConnell's, was really light. That was the one I wasn't so crazy about. The last one I tried was Kilburn, which was a little darker. I did think that was okay. Again, the point is we're using stuff that these are barrels that have been used before to age bourbon, and we're assuming one time. So obviously there'll be less influence here than as if it was a new barrel, certainly a new charred oak barrel. So nice light color. Let's give this a nose. Not very mild, not really getting much out of the nose. Let's give this a taste. Cheers. It's not bad. I'm trying to get any influence I can from the barrels of formerly aged bourbon. I am getting some vanilla, definitely. That I am getting out of that. It's a very pleasant taste. It's got 4 years in the barrel, so 4 years. When you think of that, you think of a bourbon or a spirit that's bottled and bond. It's a minimum of 4 years. So you figure it's not that old, but it's certainly not that young either. But remember, Irish whiskeys are certainly Scotches. You can have longer years and the color will still be light, again, using barrels that have been used before. So this is not bad. So now, Jameson Black Barrel, I have that right here. The Jameson Black Barrel is definitely darker. The Jameson Black Barrel, again, as said before, it is heavily charred barrels. There's definitely an influence on the barrels, and I found in almost all of these, the Jameson Black Barrel has been darker. You can clearly see that. So let's taste this one. Nose and a taste. Cheers. This definitely, this is still better, but let's just try this. And this. Yeah. I found that, of the three that I've tried, I found each time that the Jameson was better. But the interesting, I think, as I've kind of gone along, it's like each sample's gotten better. The McConnell's I didn't like. Kilburn was better. This maybe even slightly better than the Kilburns, but of these, the Jameson Black Barrel is the best. The only one that I've tried and it was a while ago. It was a sample, was the Redbreast 12, and that one I think was better than this. But that aside, this is definitely my go-to for for Irish whiskey. It's just so much better than the regular Jameson. So proper 12 Irish whiskey, definitely not bad. Jameson Black Barrel, I think a little better, but these are not bad selections. Cheers.